Timeout is called. It looks like she's in pain after that pass. Please walk for the floor, please. She had been dealing most recently with a groin injury. What started as pure celebration in Boston's TD Garden turned into a nightmare in seconds. The Fever had just beaten the Sun for their third straight win. Fans were erupting in joy when suddenly Caitlin Clark started limping, clutching her groin. The cameras caught her with tears streaming down her face on the bench. This wasn't just any injury. This was the same groin that had sidelined her before. But here's what makes this even more devastating. The referees allowed the same dangerous physicality that's been targeting her all season long to continue unchecked, not just for Clark, but for the rest of the Indiana Fever. And Stephanie White isn't holding back. What bombshell did she drop about the WNBA referees? Let's wish Caitlin a speedy recovery in the comments below. There was no update at first. Just felt a little something in her groin. They said, so we'll get it evaluated and see what happens from there. When asked about the concern, it was confirmed that it looked like she was grabbing at her right groin area. Yeah, if that's the one she was grabbing at, I don't know which one it was. But yeah, I mean, that's it. Picture this. TD Garden is absolutely electric, but not for the supposed home team, the Connecticut Sun. The arena sounded like Indianapolis had invaded Boston. Fever fans filled every section, chanting for their team like they owned the place. You could hear, "Let's go Fever," echoing through the historic venue. This was supposed to be Connecticut's home court advantage, but it felt like a Fever home game instead. The Fever had just dominated the Sun 85-77 for their third straight win. Kelsey Mitchell dropped 20 points, while Natasha Howard grabbed a double-double with 18 points and 13 rebounds. The team looked unstoppable. Their record improved to 12-10, putting them in solid playoff position. Everything was going according to plan, until the final minute changed everything. Right there, she exploded, made the backdoor pass, and immediately grabbed the inside of that right leg. In the span of seconds, everything changed when Clark clutched her groin and hit the floor. The play looked routine until she suddenly grabbed her right groin, grimacing in visible pain. Then, she did something that broke hearts everywhere. She hit her head against the basket stanchion in pure frustration. She walked down to the end of the court, clearly in pain, clearly in distress. She approached the stanchion, the structure that holds up the hoop, and hit her head on it. She was fighting back tears as she walked straight over to the bench. And when she got there, she started crying. And honestly, we've never seen Caitlin Clark cry on the court, except when she lost the national championship game. She usually keeps it together no matter what. But you could just tell, something happened on that play. Whether it was the pain, or just the frustration of here we go again. It was clear she was emotionally overwhelmed. The cameras captured something that will haunt Fever fans. Tears streaming down Clark's face as she sat on that bench. Her expression told the entire story. This wasn't just discomfort or fatigue. This was real pain, and she knew it. The joy for moments before completely vanished from her face. This wasn't just any injury. This was the same groin issue that had already sidelined her before. Clark had missed 5 games earlier this season due to a left groin injury. Now her right groin was acting up, raising serious concerns about overcompensation and long-term health. You could feel the entire arena shift from celebration to complete silence in moments. Fever fans who had been cheering loudly suddenly went quiet. The energy completely changed as everyone realized something was seriously wrong with their star player. What made this even more heartbreaking was seeing her teammates' faces. They knew something was seriously wrong. You could see the concern in their eyes as they watched Clark struggle. The celebration stopped immediately as everyone focused on their injured teammate. The medical staff rushed over, but the damage might already be done to Indiana's championship hopes. Coach Stephanie White later said Clark felt a little something in her groin and would undergo further evaluation. The WNBA All-Star Game was just days away in Indianapolis, where Clark was scheduled to participate and serve as team captain. We probably won't get many details about the injury, but it was just heartbreaking to see. In that moment, she looked so defeated. Caitlin Clark is someone who hides it really well, or perhaps it's better to say she handles it well. She handles pressure, media spotlight, attention, performance expectations, even the pressure of ratings. She handles all of that. But this season has been tough for her when it comes to injuries. This injury represents everything wrong with how the league has allowed Clark to be targeted all season long. She had already missed 10 games due to leg injuries, and now another setback threatens her availability. But to understand how we got here, we need to go back to the game that started this whole mess, June 17th, against these same Connecticut Sun players. That day marked a turning point in how opponents treated Caitlin Clark. The physicality crossed every acceptable line. In the third quarter, they were trailing by 10. Keep an eye on her and Jackie Sheldon. Clark tried to back her down. Sheldon fouled her, hitting her in the face. Clark was upset. Then everyone was upset. Marina Mabry came in and decked Clark. Tempers flared. Jackie Sheldon and Marina Mabry crossed every line that day with an eye poke and body check that shocked the basketball world. Sheldon's finger went straight into Clark's eye. Marina Mabry followed with a hard body check that sent Clark stumbling. These weren't basketball plays. These were targeted attacks. But here's what the cameras didn't show you: the aftermath and how it set up this revenge game. The incident created lasting tension between these teams. Players remembered exactly what happened that day. The Suns' actions became a rallying point for the entire Fever organization. Sophie Cunningham stepped up that day like a true teammate, getting in the faces of Clark's bullies. She immediately confronted both Sheldon and Mabry after their dirty plays. Her protective stance showed the team's solidarity and commitment to defending their star player. Sophie committed a hard foul on Sheldon. As Sheldon went up for a layup, Sophie bear-hugged her and took her to the ground. It was intentional, but not malicious. She didn't slam her or throw her, just a message: we're not letting this happen again. Yet the league barely responded to those dirty plays. The WNBA's disciplinary measures were seen as insufficient to deter future aggressive behavior. This fueled the idea that Clark wasn't being protected by referees or by the league. Fast forward to Boston. From the moment these teams stepped on the court, tension was in the air. Players exchanged stares during warm-ups. The atmosphere felt different. Everyone knew this game carried extra weight. Clark played with an edge, attacking more aggressively, passing with more zip. Every possession seemed personal. Screens were harder. Every look lingered longer. The intensity was off the charts. Players bumped after dead balls. Referees had to separate them multiple times. This wasn't basketball, it was payback.